Hi everyone, today is September 26, 2022. It is 11 a.m. and 14 degrees Celsius. We're starting our walk today at Northcote Avenue and Queen Street. This is the Art and Design District. Here's a store called Ghost Drops. This is hot and fresh donuts. And it looks like they've got a takeout window as well. Today's a pretty warm day here in Toronto. Here's a cool store called Snacks and Bolt. It says sandwiches and smoothies. Let me see if I can go in front of it and take a picture. Or sorry, take a video from the front view. It's a super bright pink color, which makes it stand out. And we're now walking east on Queen Street. Here's a store called Fancy Confections. Here's In Abstracto. And it says that they have vintage and contemporary furniture since 2001. Here's a super red color store. And the sign says Town Barber and Major Treat. It says Town Barber and Major Treat Coffee on the window. Across the street is Curry's Artist Materials, which this streetcar has just done a great job at blocking. There we go. Hope you guys can see the sign. Let me zoom in. There it is. Curry's Artist Materials. So that's a store that sells art supplies and various tools and stuff like that for artists. And of course the Drake Cafe at the Drake Hotel. I don't know if this is related to Drake the musician from Toronto. Looks like it's pretty busy in there. It's a pretty big restaurant. Here's the Drake Hotel right beside it. And across the street we've got a lot of condominium buildings that are being built here on the west side of Queen Street, or I should say in the west end of the city of Toronto, near Queen Street. Today's a Monday. I hope everyone's had a great, refreshing weekend. I know I have. I loaded up some really cool videos onto YouTube and I've scheduled them so they're going to be in sequential order. We're now passing Lisgar Street. We're still in the Art and Design District. There's a lot of rich art history when it comes to the West End and Queen Street. Here's Bosley Real Estate. It's got this white color storefront here. And over here we have Craft Ontario Shop and Gallery. And this was established in 1931. It's a pretty bright and nice orange color to contrast with the white. Here's a sign that says the Patio District. Let me see if I can unlock my camera and zoom in for you guys. It says West Queen West, the Patio District. westqueenwest.ca. Here's a store for lease. Looks like it would make a great art gallery. There's a lot of different artists with their art galleries on Queen Street. Here's the Gents Barbershop. Not sure what this is, but it's got this very blue color to it. Let me unlock my camera and show you guys what the front of the building looks like. It's got a nice dark blue to it. And across the street we've got the Paul E. Garfinkel Park. I forget who that was. I think it might be the person who founded CAMH, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go over and read the plaque there. This is the relatively new CAMH location. CAMH stands for the Center for Addiction and Mental Health, CAMH. There we go. Let me unlock and show you the plaque. It says Paul E. Garfinkel Park. Dr. Paul E. Garfinkel was the founding president and CEO of the Center for Addiction and Mental Health, CAMH, from its creation in 1998 until his retirement in 2009. And so I guess this park is in dedication to him. This is the Crisis and Critical Care building, and this street here is called White Squirrel Way. The reason it's called White Squirrel Way is because this particular area in Toronto is kind of notorious for white squirrel spottings. And I don't know if you guys have seen a white squirrel before. I had a chance to see it maybe once or twice. They're pretty rare, but very beautiful, very unique. It's not something you see every day. Hopefully I'll be able to get one on camera for you guys. So you guys can take a look as well. They usually come out in more colder temperatures. Or maybe it's not that they come out, maybe it's that they're more visible in cooler temperatures. Hey, it looks like there's a Starbucks coming there. That's pretty cool. Starbucks was... Oh, it says Starbucks pickup, so I don't know if this is going to be some sort of a express Starbucks location where you can just order with the app and pick it up. But there was a Starbucks there at that corner, which we're going to walk in the direction of. That's Ossington and Queen. And there was pretty big Starbucks there that closed during the pandemic. And so now they're opening up an express Starbucks here. Wow, look at all these bikes at the bike share. And there's a Tim Hortons here, which is a coffee shop that is pretty busy a little bit. Though it's much more busier in the evening. And so this here at the corner was where the old Starbucks was. And it was a pretty big location. And it was pretty busy because it was right next to the CAMH hospital, and it's right next to the Ossington and Queen bus stop. So there's always people moving back and forth and customers. We have just spotted another traffic control box mural in the city of Toronto. The city of Toronto has a program where they let artists make murals on their traffic control boxes as a way to kind of like obviously disguise the I don't know what to call it, the kind of like rough style of the boxes and make them more pleasing visually. And so you'll occasionally encounter them. Here's a store that's relatively new. It says size ? I'm not really sure what that store is. It could be a clothing store, but it's relatively new. Been there for a while now though. This is the CAMH McCain Complex Care and Recovery Building. There's the sign. It's hard to see the sign from behind this tree. Let me see if I can walk around it. McCain Complex Care and Recovery Building. This is the relatively new CAMH location. The original location was at College and Spadina, and I think they may have closed that location, and it's no longer accessible for patients and people who want to access mental health services and support. Here's Mo for Coffee. So this is the coffee shop that is located like right at the corner of the CAMH building. And it's very interesting because I thought, wait a minute, why didn't Starbucks move from there, the location at Ossington and Queen Street? Why didn't Starbucks get this location and negotiate for this spot right at the corner of the CAMH building, the new CAMH building? But I guess we'll never know the answer. It's probably a complicated question, actually. Could be any reason. I recently came across this word called confabulation, which means when a person uses a reason to explain something, but that reason has actually nothing to do with the real explanation behind that thing. and confabulation is something that humans do quite often. I've been trying to be careful and be more aware of myself and see if I can catch myself when I'm engaging in confabulation. And we've just spotted another mural of a Toronto traffic control box. This is pretty unique. I think we may have got this one before. This one's actually kind of freaky because it has this person with two heads in their hands and no head on their head, like no head on their shoulders. And so very weird, very, I don't know, freaky, I guess. Not really sure what the meaning of that is. And we're now here at Queen Street and Shaw Street.
So can you just tell me, like, can you show some?
It's a pretty quiet afternoon here in Toronto. Here's a look south down Shaw Street. I'm gonna look north on Shaw Street. We're now continuing our walk east on Queen Street.
My boss Eve, and then
Across the street is the Aired Contemporary Art Toronto Public Gallery. It's kind of hard to notice that there's a public contemporary art gallery across the street. There's no real big sign or anything to point it out. This is the Lyceum Gallery. There doesn't seem to be any artwork in there. Here's a cool store. It's called Atomic. And they have all this cool stuff. It says furniture, lighting, art objects. Let me see if I can get a view of the inside. Hard to see. But they got all kinds of different lights and furniture and artistic objects. Here's a unique chair. Stores like that are kind of expected on Queen Street, where they sell very unique objects that are kind of like artistic, or a lot of creativity goes into them. And we're now at Strawn Avenue or Strachan Avenue. I think it's pronounced Strawn Avenue. And on this side here, the north side, is the Trinity Bellwoods Park entrance. And here's a look to the south on Strawn Avenue. I used to live very close to this area when I was much younger. And so every time I'm in this area, it makes me feel nostalgic. Especially when the weather starts getting a little bit cool. I get more and more nostalgic. It's weird. Very weird, guys. Here's Maddie's Patty's Burger. I don't know if you guys know about this place, but this place, it's been here for quite a while now. When they first opened up, they were super busy. I think they're probably still quite busy. But when they first opened up, you had to book your burger online weeks and weeks and weeks in advance.
Hello. Well,
That's what I've heard. And here's a cafe with a sign that has a logo of a white squirrel. Says coffee shop, but it's got the white squirrel logo, so I'm guessing this would be called the White Squirrel Coffee Shop. That's pretty cool. And across the street we still have Trinity Bellwoods Park, which is a huge, massive park. I don't think it's as big as Hyde Park, but it's still pretty big. I haven't done a walkthrough of it yet, but it is definitely on the list of places to visit. Here's Hookie's Fish and Chips. And they serve halibut fish and chips here, which I have had the chance of trying out. I liked it, it was pretty good. And here's a bookstore called Type, and it says 16 years, Type on Queen West. Pretty cool to see bookstores in the age of Amazon. Here is the Spice Trader and the Olive Pit. This is pretty unique. They've been here for a while as well. It says established in 2005. Looks like they've got all kinds of spices, and I would venture a guess that they also sell a variety of different kinds of olives. And here's a 7-Eleven that's been here pretty much for as long as I can remember. Just your standard 7-Eleven. Which is a gas station, and it's got like snacks and drinks, stuff like that. I'm now here at Niagara Street and Queen Street. We look south on Niagara Street. This looks like another traffic control box that is painted on, and there's a mural on it. Here's a store called Chive, and this is relatively new. Looks like they sell plants of all kinds. Got lots of different kinds of plants. Looks like they got some cacti in there. And they got some hanging ones as well. Here's Delish cupcakes, I should say. Cupcakes, yes. Delish cupcakes. Here's Ice Cream Solves Everything. This is pretty cool. It's got a wide variety of ice creams. Here are the singles. Sweet Purple Yam, similar to taro. Subtle Coconut mixed with activated charcoal. Pandan, sweet floral notes from a plant leaf extract. Been There, Done That, full flavored Madagascar vanilla bean. Strawberry milk, the sweet taste of strawberry made with love. And Meet Your Matcha, classic Japanese green tea. Yes, it has caffeine. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to think of which one. I think I'd probably get this one, Sweet Purple Yam, similar to taro. I never knew that taro was purple yam. Is taro purple yam? I'm shocked. And here's Cosmic Charlie's. I believe this would be a marijuana store. Mostly because it's got like this kind of entrance where it's not visible from the outside. And the sign happens to say, order weed at light speed. That kind of gives it away. I'm still shocked that the possibility that taro is purple yam. And this whole time, I never knew what it was. Here's the Silver Snail. And there's a Batman costume in there. Or not costume, it looks like a statue or a model of Batman. So I get a look from the side here. And it looks like there's Spider-Man there as well. Here's Flashback Vintage, and this is a vintage fashion store. The most challenging thing I find about vintage clothing is that a lot of it is like in the smaller sizes. Here's Duflé pastries. And so a lot of the vintage stuff I find is in like pretty small sizes for me. So that's why it doesn't have as much appeal. And over here we have John Fluvog, which is a shoe store. And I think they also sell boots. And on this side we've got Warby Parker, which is a store that sells different kinds of glasses. Mostly, I would say prescription glasses. Here's Wong's Fruit Market. This was a small market that sold fruits and vegetables, and it has closed post-pandemic. The pandemic took out a lot of businesses in the city of Toronto, so it had a pretty big impact here. And it's going to take some time for the economy to kind of rearrange and adjust itself accordingly. Queen Street and Tecumseh Street. These are like south on Tecumseh Street. And I'm going to end this one here at Sensitiva. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button. For more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.